because this perk works on Terror Radius, if you're running Monotron Abuse, while you carry, you might technically chase if there's no one in front of you. So anything that makes your Terror Radius smaller or gone, undetectable, will make this perk useless. So it will also hide it, but you know, you could potentially Tinker Trigger, another perk that we'll get to in a minute, and make this perk not do anything at all. So be mindful and be careful about your add-ons and powers and other perks so they don't interfere with Starstruck. If you run with the right killer, with the right build around it, it is a very good insurance for well and a potential really scary threat. Especially if you're really good at ending chases in 30 seconds with whatever killer you used on him, and survivors make a few mistakes. This perk is really, really powerful. Yeah, that's about it. Strider is an interesting perk. It has a main effect and a secondary effect. Survivors that are around you, as long as they are not injured with Iron Whale, they always make some breathing sound. They are very different from the other. But instead of something like, with some difference in cadence, interval, whatever. Sometimes that can make you find a survivor that is sitting and hiding right next to you. And with Strider, that little bit of breathing is slightly, very slightly louder by 25%. This is okay. I like that effect, actually. The next effect is actually the main effect of the perk, which is anyone who is in pain is louder. So survivors that are injured, their cries of pain are louder. There are some problems with this. Let's go over the good things about it. If a survivor is slightly far away and would typically have their cries of pain muffled by some other sound, this perk could help you find them if they're trying to be stealthy. That's where this perk shines a little bit. It can help you find someone that you might barely miss. And if a survivor is in a locker, which makes them very quiet, this perk would also help you hear them if you walk by it. That's about it. Now, all of the problems. Survivors running Iron Will are 100% silent, and this perk makes no difference. If a survivor has Iron Will in a locker, crouching, whatever they're doing, they are doing 0 damage. 50% of 0 is now 0, so this perk does not affect anyone with Iron Will. People on the ground have a special modifier, and they are not affected by Strider, so you will not hear them with Strider. So yeah, this perk fails in those scenarios. There's also the very annoying thing that you constantly notice, even without realizing at age, how far a survivor is. With Strider, this is going to throw you off massively. You're going to hear a survivor on the other side of the wall and think that they are right there when in fact they are 3 meters ahead. So this messes with your muscle memory, if you will, of your sound recognition and your distance capabilities. That is horrible. That is terrible. This bird used to be good when it comes to Iron Will, which is a super common, super stealthy perk for survivors. Extremely quiet, they don't even breathe. But now it's technically hard countered by Iron Will. Someone injured makes no breathing noise, no running, panting noise, and no cries of pain when they're injured. So Strider does literally nothing. And for that reason, it is literally a niche perk with no niche. There's no one that benefits from running this. It does stack with some very rare add-ons on Freddy, Hunters, and Nurse to make survivors even louder. But there's no real reason to ever. So I cannot recommend it to anyone, anywhere, anytime, unfortunately. Surveillance is an unfortunate perk because I believe to this day it still might be bugged. Please check for yourself when this video comes out and see if I'm wrong. I love and I'm gonna judge this perk as if it was not bugged. Currently, when this perk has a generator reach 0, it sometimes tells you the wrong information. But assuming that they've patched that in the future, surveillance is an old anytime a generator is regressing, which means it's going back because you kicked it, because Ruin automatically kicked it, because Pain Resonance kicked it, because Oppression kicked it. That's it. Because Jolt/Surge kicked it. Yeah, because any of those things kicked it. Any way it happens, Surveillance will make that generator glow white instead of red. So when you look at it, you'll know that it's still going regressing, and you will be sure that no one has touched it. If eventually a generator is touched, it will turn yellow. If it reaches 0, it will turn red, but it will still turn yellow if someone touches it. So when you look, you see the generator is yellow, that means someone touched it in the last couple of seconds. So that's good. It's basically a, hey, they're here. Perfect. Sometimes survivors, when they spawn in a game, they touch the generator, they let go, just to check for them, and they touch it again, and this perk immediately tells you, hey, there's someone here. So this perk goes well with all the other perks. However, it just gets outclassed by other stronger perks, and there's no way to sugarcoat it. Tinkerer, which we'll get in a minute, is more reliable, has no real counterplay, and gives you better secondary effects. Discordance is more immediate and harder to dodge. Pain Resonance itself warns you which gen is being done the most, so it's more attractive. Other perks are just slightly better, honestly. The one thing that Surveillance does have going for it is that it makes the noise that survivors make be heard from further. So that means that if a survivor is working on a generator and you get close to the generator, you can hear the clicky, not the generator sounds themselves, which are very loud, but the clicky, the tinkering noises that they do when they touch the generator. This can come in handy in two situations. When you get to a gen, you can know that there's a survivor working on it until the last second, and you're gonna search very close, and this helps. And when you go away from a gen, you'd be surprised how many times you feel it. You go to a gen, no one here, kick the gen, go away, and when you're slightly further, you hear clicky, and then you turn around and there's a cheaper and you hear it only thanks to Surveillance. Because those 8 meters are quite nice. This counters a certain rare perk called Technician, and this counters a certain rare add-on on toolboxes that does the same thing, if they have it, but they never did, so yeah, it's pretty good. That's the one thing that really makes me sometimes, the main effect plus this side effect. However, in the main effect, as I said, it just gets outclassed, and many times you will just not have the time or the pros to make generators regress. So I would run with Surveillance with those perks on killers that benefit from knowing that a gen is being worked. With Ghostfish, you can go back and catch a survivor. With Freddy, you can teleport. With a killer like Vlad, who is very passive, defending things, I don't care if gens are being done. I'll just have other perks to help me in other areas. So Surveillance is lacking in that department, but an okay choice if you would build reports. Territorial Imperative is an interesting perk. It's one that can be quite game-changing if the stars align, but that ultimately is a really bad choice of those. If a survivor goes into the basement for whatever reason, to do whatever, the moment they touch the bottom of the stairs, almost not the bottom, but the middle part, near the bottom, this perk will detect it as soon as you're far away, and you will hear a little sound effect, and you will see the perk trigger. And if you look in the basement, you'll also see the aura for a few seconds, which might give you an idea. Sometimes maybe they go into to check a chest. You can see it with those 3 seconds sometimes. And depending on what killer you're playing, that can be a really easy. If you're playing Hunters or Hannibal or Hag, you can put a trap on the top, go down, hit them, they come up, you hit them again, or hit them out of a locker, hit them with Vincenzo, or double hit them with Hatchet and then basic attack. So there's a lot of killers that can really mess you up if you go into the basement. Go into the basement at the wrong time and you'll mess up the rest of your team as well, and you can. However, most survivors don't have anything to do in the basement. Why would they go in the basement? They don't have a reason to go there. There's no good advantage to go in there. There's a chest for an item, but they typically bring items or they do things outside of the basement. Survivors typically don't go into the basement. If they go into the basement, it's better. It doesn't have a range restriction. This perk will not work if you're closer than 32 meters to stairs or so in the basement. That's bad, because the basement is in the middle, and many maps it's right in the middle. This perk will do nothing as long as you're not really far from it. So it's a perk that gives you info, maybe with a condition. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Even if you're one of those killers that can really benefit from basement, it's not a very reliable thing. Now, how do you do this? Quite scary. There are three ways, but ultimately they're just mean range, very specific. Scary is what I can think of. It involves using a teleport killer, like Demogorgon with some kind of add-on, with Nurse with teleport, Hag with certain add-ons, and you hook someone in the basement using the perk Make Your Choice, so that the person that unhooks becomes insta-downable. And then when someone unhooks, you get a early and you teleport there right on time. Catch the next person, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. The 20-second cooldown is not a big deal. Typically 20 seconds is enough between unhooks, so you could keep doing this forever if Make Your Choice Make Your Choice allows it. So yeah, you could do that. But then you go to a map with a terrible basement. Or the survivors just for some reason never go down near the basement. And then your entire plan goes out. Ultimately, there are some mean perks, mean builds, as I just explained. This is a terrible perk that you would best avoid. Seriously. If you want to have a basement build, Hoarder can tell you a lot of people going in there. Agitation can help you reach basement from very far. Silvus Velas can help you keep people close to the basement and then slap on M1 killers that do basic attacks mostly before they get out to get multiple injuries. Those could be better perks overall than Territorial Imperative. So yeah, it also gets a plus one, so if you're going for that playstyle. Thanagophobia. This perk is deceiving in what it does. Basically, it has like a stack or token system that goes from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20%, and it depends on how many injured survivors are there. Survivors that are dying on the ground and survivors that are on the hook also count as injured. So if you have a survivor on the hook, one on the ground, and one injured, that's 3 stacks, so 15%. Either whether it's 0, 5, or 20%, this will apply a debuff to repairs, sabotage, and totem cleansing. Not totem blessing, so still blessing, but totem cleansing. Yeah. One thing that you need to understand is that the way slowdown works in this game follows a very unique formula. So for example, if you have 2 people injured and a generator takes 80 seconds to do, logical thinking would tell you that if they are 10% slower, a generator will take 88 seconds, right? And if I have 20%, then it will be 16 seconds